Hey everyone, and welcome to the Week 4 preview of the 2021, or is it 20? Yeah,
No,
2020.
you're good.
It's been a long weekend. Steven stressed me out a little bit, but we'll get to that. I'm joined by Joel Gibson over here. He's live. Hi, Joel Gibson, on his birthday, no less.
Hey there. How's it
Uh,
going?
Better for me than you, I suppose.
Yeah, just a tad. Just a tad.
All right. Well, we'll just jump right into it. My matchup, I was the away team. A little nervous about Steven this week, but I pull it out 8-2-1. It was a lot closer than the categories showed. I was able to sit two players towards the end there just to conserve the turnover thing. Interestingly enough, though, Steven didn't move Michael Porter Jr. to the IR and didn't add drop at all this week. So I will note that Steven's definitely a tough out. He has Harden, but I was shocked I didn't see more movement from him this week at all. Like all of his lineups were set, all that. He definitely could have had a full cycle spot and cycled with me. I cycled 5 of 7, I think, or maybe even 6 of 7.
Might have been the difference had he done so.
Yep. And I moved to 3-0. This is 54 weeks in a row without a loss. Steven moves to 1-2. I am just riding this out, and I think it might come to an end this week, but we'll get there. Next matchup is Neiman taking care of Eric. That's not surprising. Staying in the West here. Neiman's putting up huge numbers. He's going to be a beast against anybody. And Eric is still number 12 on my power ranking. Spoiler alert. 7-3-1. Neiman's 3-0. Eric's 0-3. Next matchup.
94 assists from Neiman.
Yeah, almost 200 assists. We're talking assists.
He had 200 last week. This guy is just throwing crazy assists. But go on. Sorry.
No, you could talk about the crazy thing is Eric had the triple double and Neiman still beat it. He had Joker and LeBron for Neiman, and somehow Eric has the triple double. It looked like even at the end of Saturday, it might be Eric. I was actually interested to see, but then Neiman's team kind of blew up, especially today.
No surprises.
Nope. Last matchup in the West was Kyle at CJ. CJ picks up his first win here against a completely beaten down Kyle. Tristan Thompson's out for the Celtics. KD was out most of the week on COVID. And Kyle is not happy about COVID on his team. I don't blame him one bit. CJ moves to 1-2, and Kyle is 1-2. So, interesting little bottom battle going on there. There's 3 teams, I believe. Hold on, I'll confirm. Yep, there's 3 teams that are 1-3 in the West. 1 0-3, and then 2 3-0s. Next matchup, we'll do yours since it's your birthday. We'll have yours as first in the East. I'm sure that Simmons was extremely excited to give you this birthday present. Simmons took care of business. Really got you.
It was crazy the numbers this guy was throwing up this week. There was one day where just everywhere I looked, fucking SGA had like 5. Mitch Robb had like 3 blocks, 3 steals. Joel Embiid was just fucking killing me with like a 42-point game. It was crazy. Miles Bridges, or Mikal Bridges, whatever.
Wood.
That Bridges guy.
Don't forget about Wood.
Wood just fucking annihilated me. Man, it was unbelievable. Simmons' team has not played that well this season, and then this week they just righted the ship. Meanwhile, my team was sticking, that we were hanging in there until everything just fucking exploded. We're down like 4.5 guys right now, taking on some water. This happens from time to time. I guess I'm just glad it's early in the season. I got those 2 early, easy wins. So we're going to be just fine once we right the ship. Once I'm healthy, I'd like to play Simmons again.
Okay, I'm sure we're all looking forward to that one. There it'll be, third to last week of the season. Next matchup is Matt losing to Adam. Adam remains undefeated. I was wondering if we were going to only have 2 undefeateds or 3. And turns out Adam sticks with it with the Ball boys. LaMelo Ball becoming the youngest player to ever get a TD. That's interesting stuff to me. I loved it. He almost got it the night before, and I was pissed at the team for not giving him that last assist. Like, it blew me away. But then next night he comes out, no problem at all. Matt's team's having a problem with COVID as well. OPJ is being OPJ. Thank you, Matt, for taking him from me this year. He was a worry spot for me. This was another one where I thought Matt might actually catch him too, but Adam's team's putting up impressive numbers as well. Having both ball boys is getting you a lot of those extra stats. He might not be scoring as much as everyone else, but he's definitely putting up the extra stats for sure.
Early wins, they will help with the seeding down the line. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Last matchup is Doug at Cody. Now, Cody finally got Cat back this week. Kyrie was playing like a monster at the beginning of the week. And then sat out for personal reasons. I assume it's just because he didn't want to play without KD at this point. But Doug takes care of business on the road here. Cody's looking forward to next season. He's 0-3. Doug moves to 2-1. Matt is 1-2, and like I said, Adam is 3-0. I mentioned Adam, but I didn't give Matt's record. I think that's all the matchups. Not a lot to say from Doug, except he's been touting his own stats all week. He told us that Turner had 15 blocks. Like, he's really been blowing himself up on the messenger. So we see you out there, Doug. I'm paying attention. That being said, anything on this matchup?
The other interesting thing for Doug is his first pick of the draft was Porzingis, and he hasn't played a game yet, and he's supposed to come back within the next 7 to 10 days.
Yes, he did.
So,
he did mention that in his trash talking on the messenger, that his return is imminent. So it's really interesting. I think Doug might lead the league in blocks this year. Simmons might have something to say about it, but those 2 teams are big block teams. And as long as Turner keeps this up, it's so crazy to me how Turner's still producing, and he's next to Sabonis, who I swear he had a 29-20 game the other day. Just an absolute monster line, and Turner's not playing bad. It's really interesting how the Pacers are spreading that out to their big men.
okay.
All right, with that in mind, I've got my power rankings. Now, I hate to do this to you on your birthday, Joel, so I just want to say that in advance. I tried to take in next week's matchups as well into this. I put a lot of thought, injured players. So here's what I got. I've got Neiman at number 1. I've got Adam at number 2. I've got myself at number 3. I put the 3 undefeated teams at the top. Doug, number 4. I like it. Porzingis is coming back. He's a dangerous team. I have Simmons next. I put Doug above Simmons because of record. And then I have you after Simmons. Simmons just beat you. You're down on the injuries, so I apologize for putting you at 6. But 2-1, you got to prove yourself a little bit. We're not playing favorites.
No.
Next one is Matt. Even though he picked up the loss, there's a reason these next 4 teams are where they are. Matt and then CJ. CJ and Matt got into a little chirping match this week. CJ followed it up. So I'm really interested to see where that goes. Matt's injury prone. I am so looking forward to this Matt versus CJ matchup this year already. It's week 3, and I want it so bad. They're gonna be cycling so hard. It's gonna be a good time. Next is Kyle at the 9 spot. I have no idea where his team's at right now, quite frankly. Some players are underperforming, some players are out, some people have been out with COVID. And then Steven is next. Steven needs to do something about Michael Porter Jr. He needs to either decide if he's going to run a cycle spot. Michael Porter Jr. is not playing this week. He should be on the IR. And until Steven makes that move, that's why I put him this low. Next is Cody. Cody got Cat back, and I think that he's just has a stronger team than Eric straight up. So Eric stays at number 12. Any quorums, anything you might disagree with? Somebody that I have too low, too high?
Fair list. I look forward to getting back to the top 4. Top 3 even.
Top 3. Okay, with that in mind, next week, probably the game of the week and also the champs matchup. Neiman at Modest. Neiman is just putting up some numbers, but I'm going to give it the college try. I think Neiman pulls off a triple-double this week, so unless I can pull a miracle and get that triple-double, it's going to be hard for me to win, even on a good cycling week. So I'm going to pick Neiman in this matchup. He deserves it, but I'm going to give it the old college try.
I'm probably going to pick Neiman right now as well. He's just been annihilating this season. Your team is really well built, but Neiman is just crushing it right now.
Jeremy Grant has had 9 straight 20-point games, Joel Gibson. I am going to give you Grant stats for the rest of the season, just to let you know. I heard it when you said it was a reach. I know what you said. And he is playing above that pick and beyond, for the record. All right, next matchup. We'll just stay in the West, and then we'll move to the East. Steven at Kyle. I put Kyle and Steven right next to each other in the rankings. Steven a little below because I want to see him move that IR spot. I think that Steven is going to win this matchup. Kyle has too many players out for me. But if Kyle ends up winning, he will move up my power rankings. But I wasn't sure about either one of these teams.
Steven's only down MPJ, so I'm going to pick Steven.
Yeah, with Harden, I agree. Next matchup is going to be Eric at CJ. So I had CJ above Kyle and Steven because I think that he has the easiest matchup this week. So that's why he plays so high, and he just beat Kyle. So he had to be placed above Kyle, otherwise my list wouldn't make a whole bunch of sense. But I think CJ gets his second win this week and moves to 2-0 or 2-2. I apologize.
When you play Eric and get those easy wins.
Yeah, I love being in the West. We get 2 of those a year, baby. Your 0-3 team has Luka and Cat on it. So if you look at it that way, the West might be just a little bit easier this year. In complete contrast to every other year. Okay. Next, moving out East. All 3 of these matchups have something interesting for me. Simmons at Adam. Adam tries to stay undefeated against Simmons. Simmons has had a heck of a schedule so far. We're going to see if Adam's the real deal. If these 2 teams go at each other like they performed this week, it's going to be an extremely close matchup. I think Adam is more likely to get the TD here as the home team. So I think Simmons is going to have to win 6 categories legitimately. And I'm just not sure. Embiid being out is going to be an issue for Simmons. And I really like how Adam's team's been built. Now, His Bog from Atlanta just fractured his knee. So I don't know if that's going to be a cycle spot. It may make Adam and actually a better team, in my opinion. But outside of that, I'm taking Adam. I think that LaMelo is on fire right now. And I think it's really going to bite Simmons in the ass with that LeVert Melo trade. He actually tried to veto himself. I don't know if you saw that on the messenger. But everybody in the league basically laughed at him. But he just posted that at the end of the night. I think it was either last night or it might have been today. But it made me laugh so hard. I'm taking Adam here. What do you think?
I'm actually going to pick Simmons. Mostly because we haven't seen Adam actually use a cycle spot during the regular season. So I feel like Simmons, if Embiid is out, he will use that cycle spot. He wants to get caught up in terms of record. And, man, his team was a fucking bear this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I see it from both sides. It really is a toss-up for me. Special note, Simmons defensively has an advantage here, so it might just come down to defensive categories, and I think that's what you're alluding to with the cycling. Defensive categories are the most common cycled stats. You know, they're ones that don't have large amounts, and you can go at if you're going to cycle. So it'll be interesting to see what both of them do. Next matchup is Joel at Doug. This matchup every year for some reason is like at a pivotal point in the season. And Joel is playing 4 people down from what I count. I'm going to take Doug at home here. No offense to you. But Doug, like I said, Turner's playing really well. Defensively, it's going to be a problem if you're going to... Obviously, you're not going to cycle from 4 spots. So it's going to be tough for you to keep up defensively with Doug. So I'm picking Doug here.
Doug this week. Down 4 is not worth spending money on the free agent fund, or spending my free agent money and probably not winning the week anyways. So we're just going to lick our wounds. We're going to get healthy, and we're going to get them next time.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I believe in all the years we've been doing these videos, this is going to be the first time that you and I have collectively picked against ourselves in the same week.
Be confident fantasy players, you and I.
That's also why I put Doug above you in the power rankings and above Simmons as well, because Simmons plays Adam. That's how that all shook out. It actually makes a little bit more sense if you know what's going on this week to see where my power rankings are. So I might change that order. I don't even know if that's helpful. I still think that I like doing the power rankings after the week review. Like, this is where I am so far. This is what you're facing. You know what I mean? But anyway, last matchup is going to be Cody at Matt. Matt, if Simmons is going to have to sit, or if he chooses to sit, they play 5 games this week, I believe, the 76ers. So, like I said, that the Embiid thing with Simmons, and now the Simmons thing with Matt, I think is going to be an issue here. Cody's been putting up some solid numbers, and he has Cat back. So, I am cautiously on an upset alert here, but I'm going to pick Matt at home. If the upset happens, it's because Cody ends up with the triple-double, Matt's injured all week, and that's how that matchup's going to play out for me. I'm going to pick Matt, but it's a hesitant pick at Matt. Upset light is on.
Too, I'm going to pick Matt, but there are some red flags on Matt's roster, like Derrick Rose being day-to-day, Andrew Wiggins living and breathing, Otto Porter Jr. being day-to-day, Austin Rivers living and breathing, Sean Holmes being day-to-day, Lou Williams, maybe losing his touch at age 47, Miles Bridges, just not that good, Ben Simmons day-to-day, and Evan Fournier out. That leaves a lot more questions than answers. But I'm still going to pick Matt this week.
I have to do it too. Wow. Hey, we got through that one pretty fast too. Not crazy. I don't really have anything else right now. This one was a pretty open and shut week. I've been looking forward to this matchup with Neiman. I think that he's going to prove that he is a legitimate contender this week when he takes care of me. It's not a joke. It's I think it's going to happen.
Oh, gotta stop this man.
Somebody has got to stop this man. I don't know who it's going to be. It might be Adam out there in the East. Also another surprise undefeated out of nowhere. These two have kind of battled over the years for that last playoff spot. You know, they're always in that 8 to 10 range. And now they're the top 2 ranked teams in the league. It's an interesting little turn we have here.
Sure.
All right. Well, happy birthday to you again, sir. I think that's all I've got. I'll post an updated list. And good luck to Neiman this week, and good luck to everyone else.
Good luck, guys.
All right. Bye.